But no, yeah, this is actually gonna be like a really random video. You know, after we hit 400 subs, like, man, has it been almost like a month ago now? I'm kind of late on that. But to be fair, guys, you know, I'm back in school right now, so... But yeah, honestly, this video is gonna be kind of strange. It's just gonna be me mainly talking about the future of my channel and like a bit of other random stuff. Alright, firstly, I just want to talk about content on the channel. That's probably gonna change a bit. One of the things I'm really wanting to like start to do maybe is trying to at least get one upload out at least once a week. I'm not sure exactly which day of the week yet, but for sure I want to be able to do one video a week. Probably gonna be on the shorter side. Honestly, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of shorts, but it's just what I'm used to now. Other than like maybe this video, all my other ones are just gonna be pretty short. I'm not really that well versed in like making long videos. I can make shorts mostly. I don't know, the quality of my shorts have never really been top tier, but for me it's like passable, right guys? Right? But yeah, content I really want to try and focus on making maybe some fingerboard trick videos. I've made a couple of those already, maybe a couple more of unboxings, but mostly fingerboard stuff is what I want to do. But I'm not really like only a fingerboarder, I guess. I could probably make videos on other things, so if you're only here for fingerboarding stuff, that's cool. I'll probably do mainly fingerboarding, honestly, at this point. Again, I'm like kind of variety. I'm kind of do a lot of different things. However, I might have to like cut down on buying fingerboard stuff because I'm gonna get into it later, but let's just say I'm gonna be a bit tight on cash, which is why I'm probably gonna do a bit of other content for a bit. Probably just gonna be gaming content. Before fingerboarding, I guess I was mainly doing like skate shorts. I still like this game. I might make more videos about this, especially with some controversies behind Season 3. But besides content-wise, I do want to try and keep you guys a bit maybe more updated, because I know for a lot of my content, sometimes I'll upload like 2 videos a month, then I'll like kind of not upload for like 3 months. But because of that, I'm probably gonna start uploading more posts on my community channel. I don't know what it's called, just community post, I guess. I've been kind of trying it out. There's a couple of random ones in there, so probably ignore those, but like from now on I mainly want to use it to like keep you guys updated probably on the channel. That's probably where I'll talk about like future videos, the videos I'm currently working on, letting you know if a video is going to be coming out tomorrow. A lot of different things really. But now going really into the big thing about my content changing, I want to start making more horizontal videos. Admittedly, there's kind of a stigma to vertical videos, to like being low effort, easy content, and I mean, they're not wrong, they ain't right. One part, I also just want to go maybe transfer a bit of what I learned from shorts to making more horizontal, longer videos. So yeah, I mainly bring this up because I want to try making both vertical and horizontal videos whenever it comes to like unboxings or other similar fingerboard content. I feel like they go past the 3-minute mark. In reality, a lot of the shorts, like the very long ones, like my most recent one, which was unboxing a new fingerboard deck, I had like about 5 minutes of like actual usable footage, but I had to cut down a lot of stuff. Yeah, the truth of the matter is I talk a lot. A lot of the content I actually upload is like super cut down, which is why there's like a bunch of like random cuts sometimes. So if you ever feel like, huh, this feels like you attached a sentence to a sentence that's like 5 ahead. Truth is, I might have said something about 5 sentences ago. I was like, you know what, this in-between stuff, too much filler. I'm just gonna cut all of it out, and it kind of feels a bit detached. That's probably why. Hell, even that sentence earlier, I might cut that out from the short. But I'll probably leave it like right now in the video because I don't really care about the time constraint, I guess. So yeah, I guess in a weird way, the actual horizontal videos, kind of the director's cut if you think about it. Yeah, if you were to see my process when it comes to making YouTube shorts, I just cut everything down. I completely get rid of everything. Dead silence, aka me just like forgetting the camera's on, or the fact that some sentences will take me like 3 tries. Also, just the fact that I'm not the best at talking. I'll like mispronounce a lot of words, or I'll just make a random sound out of nowhere. I'm like, what the hell is that about? So I'm cutting out a lot of stuff whenever I upload. So yeah, my whole process really is make a whole rough cut where I have parts where I'm talking or parts that I need, and then from there I'll be like, okay, can I make this shorter? Can I cut out a couple sentences here and it still makes sense? Sometimes I'll even remove a sentence if I kind of get really self-conscious and go, man, I'm saying a certain word a lot. Like, why am I saying alright like 5 times in like 2 minutes. So I would just cut those parts out because I would just get a little bit self-conscious because whenever I record these, I'm just straight up not reading the script most times, unless, you know, you can tell if I'm being scripted because I talk in a certain manner, I guess, but right now, like, I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. I just have, like, a couple bullet points. I'm like, okay, I'll make this work. Or, like, during the RAL review and, like, the fingerboard one, that's just, I don't even have points. I'm just looking and I'm just saying what I kind of see. I'm not gonna, like, make a script for a review of an object. I'm just gonna use it, let you guys know what I think, and that's basically it. You know I said this earlier, but that's another example. Like, that's, that rant, I guess? Yeah, I would cut that out from the short. That would never stay in. But in video, yeah, that stays. To go even further into that, I have another idea, but it's kind of like pointless and also more like if I even could, because I thought it'd be interesting. So YouTube has channel memberships. That'd be cool to unlock. Hey man, if I can earn money off of YouTube, I can buy more fingerboards, which means I can make more content, you know? So yeah, I was like thinking to myself, hey, if I ever get membership, what if I upload videos that are membership only, where it's like a super uncut version, like as close as a raw upload? Sometimes I'll just talk random stuff while like just recording, just to like kind of like fill out the mood, I guess, or not the mood, I'm saying the right word, just to fill out the empty air, I guess. Yeah, that random saw right there, just trying to figure out like, oh, what should I say, like that type of stuff. I would leave that like in the membership videos, but I would probably cut that out in an actual upload, you know? Alright, this is also going to be a bigger change. So this is mainly due to the video I made about the RAL I bought and reviewed, and also kind of goes into the video I made about the fingerboard deck I got from Device. You can kind of see that I've already had this in mind for a bit, but I want to split up certain shorts into 2, I guess. I don't remember the exact times, but if you look at this graph, you can see in the actual like RAL review video, people don't really make it to the end. To be fair, it is a longer short, and if you actually watch the whole short, like I'm really thankful. I like it whenever people actually watch my content, because it's kind of just stuff I make for fun, I guess. I put a lot, okay, maybe not a lot of work. I tried my best. It was a lot of work, but like you may think like, wow, this guy sucks at fingerboarding. I'm like, no, that's just, I mean, I haven't gotten good at fingerboarding yet, but like I'm still trying, okay? But yeah, like the end part of that short, so few people got to it, and I was like, should I just cut that part out and upload it as its like own little video? But I was like, no, I don't want to do that, because like I don't want to like delete the video and re-upload it without it. So I just left it there, and I was like, I'll just hit the loss. No, I'll take the loss, I guess. Which is why in the most recent short about the fingerboard deck I got, I said the next short's gonna be me doing tricks with it, because that's something I want to do, because I'm really want to get feedback on my tricks. I want to get feedback on that type of stuff. But most people who would tend to see it would be the people who watch the whole short. So I'm like, okay, I'll split the 2. So we're gonna have the review part, and we're gonna have the actual like trick montage, I guess. But I'm still thinking how I would even make that work, because I would want the more horizontal, the longer form video to also have the tricks, but I want to split up the shorts. I'm like, okay, how should I do that, I guess? So it goes into the question like, do I upload the first part 1 week and then upload the trick montage next week? Because I feel kind of bad, because that's kind of like, that feels like I'm double dipping, I guess. You know, like, oh yeah, I have all the content, but I'm like scheduling it up. I'm scheduling it out for 1 week ahead, so I'm just saving myself time editing and content wise. At the same time, again, I'm busy with school, so even just making a video once a week for me is kind of hard. But yeah, I also forgot to say earlier, in the actual like first part, I guess, I'll probably include a couple of tricks from the second part at the end, almost like it's a bit of a teaser. But also because it makes sense to actually show off tricks being done like on the fingerboard obstacle, I guess. Again, I still gotta figure out how I'm gonna do the whole system, but that's something I want to try and do just so I could seem a bit more active, which I feel bad. Honestly, a lot of the time I lose is mostly done to just subtitling. Which is also, I guess, another thing I might as well point out. The short will have subtitles, horizontals will not. Because I think it roughly takes me 15 minutes for each minute of subtitling, I think. Because realistically, I could probably subtitle a big sentence and like have it cover a longer amount of time. But usually, if you watch my shorts already, you would notice that a lot of my subtitles are single words, or if they're said really quickly, kind of close to each other, I'll probably combine 2 or 3 words also. Sometimes it's just based off of what I feel like doing. I genuinely do think if you watch all my shorts, there's a small chance you can figure out where I got tired and just kind of gave up on the subtitling. But yeah, in the first part, really, I just kind of want to talk about how my content is supposed to change a bit of behind the scenes stuff. Alright, this last part I'm gonna talk about before ending off the video. It's a bit stupid to say this, and I really shouldn't, but I'm probably gonna buy a new action camera. So yeah, for most of my shorts, I've been mainly recording using a super old action camera I got. If anyone wondering, it's the GoPro Hero 5 Black. Last I checked, it came out in 2016, so it's like around 10 years old now. So I was like, maybe I should just upgrade the camera. It's a good camera still. I'm pretty sure there's like a lot of people who probably still use like the Hero 5 Black, even though you should probably use like a 7 or 8, or at least a 7. I think the 7 was like a really good model before like they got worse. Don't quote me on that. Overall, one of the major things pushing me to upgrade is just low light performance. Because like 10 years ago, GoPro was on top. If you were gonna buy an action camera, you would be buying the GoPro. Admittedly, that's a bit of a stupid claim to make, because it's an action camera, you should be using it outside. One part, I do feel kind of stupid even talking about this, because if you really want good low light performance, use an actual full-size camera. Action cameras were never meant for that. Personally, I just prefer the compact size of an action camera for like fingerboarding. It makes sense, you know? Like, a fingerboard is a scaled-down skateboard, and an action camera, more or less, is like a scaled-down bigger camera. So I feel like in my mind, it makes sense. Also, I really like to move the camera around a lot, so you'll see that like a lot of my trick videos, like, first I try tracking by physically moving the camera, then I'll do a bit more in post. I feel like an action camera just works way better because they're gonna be way lighter. Also, due to just how compact they are, I feel like it's also better if you're recording outside stuff. Not that I plan to, but I guess if that's like ever an option I want, I'd rather have it than not have it. But yeah, that's how old my camera is. I really want to see how much action cameras have evolved, I guess. I already talked about how I had the GoPro Hero 5 Black, and I looked more into the newest one, the GoPro Hero 13, because actually, it's not that bad of a price at like first glance, because I've seen the camera go on sale, and usually it's like around $320 or so, which honestly to me doesn't sound that bad. Like, I think my camera probably costed way more. I think the Hero 5 Black might have been like similar priced, or just around there, or maybe even more when it first came out. I don't know, it's been so many years. But the biggest thing keeping me away from GoPro is apparently they haven't improved on low light. I'll admit, like, a big reason why I haven't been like really making stuff also is I've just been looking at so many reviews on action cameras. But yeah, based off of my research, the main 3 companies that make good action cameras are still GoPro, surprisingly, DJI, and Insta360. From what I've heard, GoPro is still overall like the best daytime camera, highest bitrate, highest frame rate for slow motion shots, but apparently they haven't done 8K yet. I think they're still locked at 5.7. Then apparently Insta360, there are bears in the GoPro from what I've heard, kind of, or at least for what I probably need it for. But yeah, based off of some reviews I saw, I'm heavily steering towards the DJI Action 6. One part, they advertise themselves to be better for low light performance when recording videos, and since I have pretty dim lighting in my room, I think it might work best for my videos. But also, just because technology-wise, the fact that it has a variable aperture, that's crazy to me, because if you know about action cameras, that's something that's never really been done before. I think this might be the first time an action camera has an actual adjustable aperture. So I almost did not consider getting the DJI just because I learned GoPro, or at least from what I first saw, GoPro has something called a macro lens. That to me was so surprising that now action cameras have swappable lenses for different scenes. Because for back then, I don't think that was really an option. Stuff like macro or wide FOV lens weren't really a thing from what I remember. The only real lenses you could buy are replacement lenses, and that's like if you even had the option to replace it. So after looking in, I did see DJI, Insta360, and GoPro all have actual lenses for macro and wider FOVs. So I didn't feel bad about going towards DJI. Because I imagine for doing fingerboard content, I should probably invest in a macro lens, but I'm probably not gonna do that for a bit because they're like super expensive. If I remember correctly, I think it's $130 just for a macro lens. But yeah, when it comes to the camera I want to get, it's probably gonna be the Action 6, if not for the reason that it does full frame. Basically, it does a square aspect ratio, and since I want to get into uploading both vertical and horizontal videos of the same scene, that's probably going to be way more helpful. I don't know if Insta360 has their own version of it, and I know GoPro has a 7:8 ratio, which is almost similar to the 1:1 from the square sensors inside the Action 6. But again, the biggest reasoning for the Action 6 for me is just the supposed very low light performance. Also, another big reasoning behind getting the new camera is I want to be able to actually record 4K 60 whenever I do my fingerboarding stuff. Because up until now, I've been recording at 2.7K, and even before that, I was doing 1080p. And I also rather have like way more bitrate and more resolution to work with. The only real last detail I can talk about is they have something called D-Log-M, which is apparently like a less processed video. Also, all the other cameras I talked about can also do it, I think. Well, except the Insta360, but since the Action 6 supports both a D-Log-M mode, which is apparently supposed to be like for color grading and stuff, and 10-bit color, which is what I really need because I love color grading and stuff. Just being able to have way more adjustment with the colors and stuff, that basically sold me on the Action 6. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully, I stay true to my words and do everything I said here, otherwise that's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, be on the lookout for community posts. That's where I'll be talking more about videos and stuff. If you have any feedback, as always, I'm open to all of that. So yeah, whether you watch the short or you watch this longer video, just let me know what you think, and hopefully I can improve on this channel.